Tonight, a shocking new report that multiple sailors aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln have tried to jump overboard amid poor conditions and mental stress on the ship. This is according to new reporting from the Military Times, which spoke to the wife of one of those sailors, who says she's spoken to her husband only a handful of times since he tried to jump. He is now on a medical hold. The Military Times is also reporting severe food shortages on board and that sailors are running out of just basic needs: toothpaste, deodorant, soap. This crew has been at sea for 9 months amid Trump's war in Iran. That includes 250 consecutive days without setting foot on land. 250 consecutive days. That is a record. Out front now, Natalie Olivero.
Before, what do you think about that?
I don't trust her any more than the Washington Post.
Yeah.
Can that happen in any ship at any time? Yes. Has this crew been out a large amount of time? Yes. But this is war, which is different from peace. This is what you train for. Are some people not going to be able to handle the stress? Absolutely. Is this abnormal? I don't think so. Are they running out of toothpaste and soap? I highly doubt it. And I absolutely do not trust anything coming out of CNN and their sources. That could just be a family member like claiming that they said that, but they can't say who or whatever. Or that they can't say who, but lying. Like I place no credibility in anything out of CNN.
It could be something that they're exaggerating. It could be like some, yeah, I'm not saying it is, but it could be something that they has some truth to it, and they are exaggerating it.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying, because this would be true in peacetime. Like in peacetime, sometimes there's a little bit of a shortage. In peacetime, people go get a little loopy. Like I've seen this happen, in times when there is no war, right? I'm very old, so I remember before 9/11, right? So this stuff happens all the time, and to extrapolate that into like this being a constant condition that most soldiers are on inside that boat, that's crazy.
So I do think what I could be almost certain of is that this is going to really help the Islamic Republic propaganda. They're going to jump on this. They're like, oh my God, look how devastated the United States Army is. They don't have soap. They don't have food. They're starving. They're trying to delete themselves. Look at what we have brought the United States to. The Islamic Republic is going to use this and say, like, look at the so-called superpower. Look at what we have reduced them to. This is their own media saying this. I'm almost can guarantee it that this is what the Islamic Republic is going to do. They're going to put this on their own state TV and use it as a marketing to show that they're winning this.
Well, the Democrats and left line groups are some of the most evil entities in all of history. I mean, the Democrats fought for slavery, created the KKK, segregation, forced sterilization, and these people are aligned to it, right? And these people lie about the history. They prop up regimes like the CCP, Iran. They're always against combating these evils. Like for me to like, I'm just going to be out and out of it. To me, Democrats are evil. They're all evil. You could be willfully ignorant or morally corrupt, but it's evil. Like even the nicest Democrat, which is Trump, when he was a Democrat, I'm like, you're willfully ignorant. Because if you look into their history, you turn into a Republican. And I'm glad he did.
Okay, let's continue.
Out front now, Natalie Olivero. She is the Military Times journalist who broke the story, and she is also a Navy veteran. Natalie, I appreciate your time. I mean, the details you have in this story are really stunning. I mean, my jaw drops. We're talking about the USS Abraham Lincoln, and you're talking about things that I think people struggle to understand are happening in the U.S. military. You've spoken directly with some of these families, and you're reporting on incidents involving sailors
Stop it a
apparently
second.
trying to jump overboard.
Did you notice she said families and not sailors?
Mm.
That's very interesting.
You spoke to the wife of one of them, I know, and her husband served in the Navy for more than a dozen years, 13 years. So, what have you learned?
Thanks for having me, Erin, and for covering this story. Speaking with Miss Loma, she is extremely worried and concerned about how her husband is actually doing. And until she can be in front of him and see him with her own eyes, she's not really going to be able to answer that question. And facing the stresses that every military spouse faces when theirs is deployed, as being a solo parent at home with three little kids. So not being able to have answers or direction is really challenging right now for her, especially.
Okay, did you
So,
notice that? Well, hold on one
look, these
second.
incidents are
Hmm.
None of what she just said is about the solar's condition on the ship. This is an emotional play to try to endear themselves and pass on this to any mother or single mother, especially or mother in general. None of what she just said has anything to do with the ship's condition and the people on the ship's condition.
Great point.
very disturbing. I mean, what would drive someone to be at a point where they would be willing to do that? Obviously, is distressing to consider. But the families of sailors aboard the Lincoln are telling you about incidents like this. They're also telling you about some of these other truly stunning details, that the sailors are often hungry because there isn't enough food, that basic supplies, toothpaste, deodorant aren't easy to get. Now, back in April, and this has been going on a long time. We talk about this ship 250 days in a row without setting foot on land, a record.
I want to stop it right
So this
there.
has been going on a long time.
There is a mess hall. Food is provided in the morning and in the I think morning, lunch, and dinner. You can go eat. I doubt that the KP lines are closed. What may be low is the optional food. Like you may not be able to get ding dongs and ho hos and chips ahoy. I think that's the disconnect here because they do have a commissary. You can go buy things. There's a whole store there. You could go to the store and get candy, get soda, get actually they probably have they might have soda within the mess hall. But I think the disconnect that they're talking about here, what you're not getting resupplied is junk food, right? You're not getting resupplied comfort food. But I can guarantee you that they're not out there without a functioning mess hall.
In April, Secretary Hegseth, dismissed reports about inadequate food. He said it was fake news. So, what's the reaction to from the families that you're speaking to? They don't get to talk to their loved ones on board that ship that often. What's their reaction when the defense secretary calls this all fake news?
Confusion, hurt, lack of understanding. They're constantly seeking some kind of reassurance or information. There's a lot of conflicting reports, a lot of different information, especially on social media within different groups.
You know what I don't
He's not
understand is
confirming
what
anything.
did hold on, I'm not finished talking. What I don't understand is that I don't understand how they are not explaining to us. I mean, I do understand it actually, but I'm noticing that they're not explaining to us why, because she seems to be the source of all of this information, right? Like,
Mhm.
where is the explanation on why we need to be trusting her over Pete Hegseth? Because we're not talking to the soldiers. We're not even talking to the family soldiers. We're talking to the person who talked to the families of the soldiers, and we're supposed to trust this person over Pete Hegseth, right? Am I understanding this correct?
You're understanding that correctly, and she's still not saying it. There's conflicting reports. There's confusion, emotions like hurt. Like, okay, you're talking about they're confused, they're hurt, and they're seeing conflicting reports. You're not telling me why what you're saying is true and exactly what is missing.
Yeah. Somebody's saying, Armin, you should look at the chat a little bit. The fact that I saw your comment shows that I am looking at the chat. Okay, so don't assume things.
Especially on social media within different groups and small community pages. Those are the pages where organic conversations and relationships exist. Those aren't deep fakes or AI dupes being created. These are where families go to communicate. This is a lifeline for families who really never receive
Okay,
an
stop it right
instruction
there.
manual.
What, she heard it on Reddit? What is she talking about? Oh, some little pages where communities online where they gather and post. It sounds like Reddit. Is she telling us she read this on Reddit? Yeah, she won't give us any numbers. Hi, Turbine is saying, note, she does not qualify this by telling us the
Yeah,
number of
sorry.
sailors involved. Thank you, High Turbine.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
exactly.
really saying anything.
Ty saying, "Don't do that to me, Armin." Okay, I'm sorry. I
Ah,
love you.
put that face like, ah.
Sorry, thank you.
On how to handle your time when your loved one is deployed. So families are feeling left in the dark, and all families are agreeing that it is absolutely unacceptable.
I don't know, like Monkey, like wars. I'm hearing something that I didn't know, Monkey. Okay, can you tell me if this is true or not? Because this is shocking. If it's true, okay. Um, Wars are hard. Is that true? Is that
Words
true?
are hard. They appear
They're
soft
hard.
because they tend to be on paper, but you can't put words on granite, so they can be very
Right.
hard.
Mm. I said it's not. I thought like when you go to war, it's just all fun and
Oh,
everything is
war. I thought
like
you said words.
no war.
Oh, war is very hard. It's the hardest,
No,
man.
because the way that she's talking, it seemed like I mean I'm not saying anything she's saying is true, but I'm getting the impression that the expectation was like when we go to war, everybody involved is just going to have a jolly good time and it's going to be fun and it's going to be everybody's going to be like it's just supposed to be like a walk in the park and nobody's going to feel any pressure, and the expectation was that everything is going to be just completely no emotional or physical pressure, and these people are surprised that there are some that there's it's difficult to do war, it's difficult for the people involved because throughout history wars were easy, right? Like the soldiers, like during D-Day, they were everybody was like they went on it was a picnic, I've heard, right? And but now unlike before, some soldiers are having a hard time during war. That is surprising. Do you not find that surprising?
No, well, she didn't say that. She's just talking about the families. If you listen closely, she has not talked about any particular soldier except the one case that might have had like an episode. But if you listen very closely, right now the families feel, the families feel, the families feel. So war is
Yeah,
apparently
but my
hardest not on the soldiers. War is hardest on the people that are not even in there.
Yeah, I get that point. I'm making a separate point. I'm just saying, like, forget her, fake reporter or whatever. But let's say, like, we do actually get information directly with credible sources that some soldiers are finding it difficult. I'm just saying, how is that a shocking news? I didn't know wars are supposed to be easy. Like, I'm not a military person, but I thought it comes. You could tell me you're a veteran.
No, it's
For me, it
always
was
easy. Since the
it's
times that
always
they
easy.
crossed over mountains with elephants just to get to the other side, that's a cinch. That's super, super easy.
Right. I mean, United States is filled with this history of like United States from the beginning. The whole reason why we even have a country, United States, is because of stories of heroes that sacrifice so much to be able to defend their country and their freedoms, right? And now, what is the expectation that defending your country is going to be like? My menu options are too low and this is unbearable because I don't have enough items on the menu. Like, I don't know what it just seems like the standards have shifted significantly. I bet US soldiers, when they go into the military, they go with the expectation that this is not supposed to be an easy job. Am I wrong about that?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. War is easier now than it's ever been before.
There we go. That's it. That's a good point.
and unthinkable to imagine.
Well, it's unthinkable, I think, for any American to hear this reporting.
Oh yeah, this is a comment that you start. They might be running low on cinnamon toast crunch. I mean, how could you defend your country without cinnamon toast crunch?
That's a good
that is,
point. Like,
That
it is the best toast crunch.
yes. All right, you know what? I think let me just
Frankly,
finish this. real
and
quick.
deeply disturbing to imagine that sailors who are serving this country, going 250 days without setting foot on land, 9-month deployment, would have food shortages or any. It's upsetting. So we reached out to the Navy, Natalie, about your report, and they responded in a statement, and they said, "quote We have not observed an increase in suicidal ideations or attempts aboard the ship. We are not experiencing an uptick in mental health issues aboard Abraham Lincoln." I just wanted to give you a chance to respond to that.
My first question to that is an increase from what baseline? An increase, no increase from when? What does that measurement window look like?
She talks as if you have given us any measurements.
We did request deck logs and multiple FOIAs from the Navy. So hopefully we'll get those back and can review them independently. But until we do, all we have is our firsthand reporting and accounts from these family members who are
Secondhand.
experiencing this and living it
Yeah, secondhand. Yeah.
day after day.
Anyways, it just seems to be a major effort on making this military operation more and more unpopular.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.